again, everybody. Welcome to this edition of Inside IU Volleyball with Coach Dunbar. I'm Greg Murray. This past weekend started the second half of Big Ten play here in 2012. The Hoosiers dropping 2 matches to the Michigan State Spartans and the Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah, it was a tough weekend. Disappointing, obviously, because I felt like we'd been playing probably our best volleyball of the season over the last couple of weeks, even in some of the losses against Penn State and Nebraska. And then especially against our wins with Purdue and Wisconsin. So a little disappointing and a little bit of a setback, but hopefully we make a decision to get back on track, and we have 2 really important matches this weekend.
Friday night, the weekend started off right. The Hoosiers won the first set against the Michigan State Spartans. Something that Indiana has really done this season, particularly in the Big Ten, has come out playing extremely well, winning the first set. Michigan State came back and won the final 3 sets. What do you think was the biggest change in the match, or the biggest adjustment maybe that Michigan State made?
Well, I just think they're an extremely athletic team, and I thought they just played more aggressive as the match went along. We lost Morgan in that match for a little bit, just to an ankle sprain, and she'll be back fine. But I definitely think we got outscored quite a bit after that. Even though she came back to play, it didn't really help us as much as we would like her to help us. So I just felt like our passing wasn't on like it had been. Our serving wasn't near as aggressive as it has been, and so they were in system a lot, which, being an athletic team like that, allowed them to run an offense that we just weren't able to control with our block, and even good touches on the block for our defense. So I think they pretty much got to do what they wanted to do toward the end of the match.
Kelsey Marshall had an excellent match on Friday, had 14 kills and also 5 blocks. She hit over 300. She did a lot well on the offensive side Friday.
Well, I think what I liked about Kelsey's play is she didn't start off the match very well, and had a couple errors right at the beginning and really kind of got into a funk, but really worked her way out of it, which is nice to see for her. Because, with some players, they start off bad and they just continue in that path. And so it was nice to see her kind of work her way out. But, we'll need her to play at a high level and for us to win these 2 matches this weekend.
Saturday against the Michigan Wolverines. The Wolverines were a team that you guys matched up pretty well against, a close match earlier this season in Ann Arbor. But here at Gym on Saturday, they kind of came in and just took control from the beginning.
I thought their outside hitters did a great job. Lexi Irwin put a lot of balls away, and we didn't line up with her very well, and she found ways to get kills, and they were inspired. They hadn't played a very good match at Purdue the night before, and they definitely came in and with a chip on their shoulder and knew that they needed to play a much better match, and I don't think we stepped up to that challenge. Although I did feel like offensively Jordan stepped up to that challenge. I think she had 17 kills in 3 sets and was extremely aggressive. So it was nice to see her make a change from the first night against Michigan State to the second night. Her passing was, really on and off throughout the weekend, but her offense was very good.
In set number 2, it was just a roller coaster ride. 32-30, Michigan ended up defeating the Hoosiers to go up 2-0 at the break. How big momentum-wise was that set? The Hoosiers had a few set point opportunities. Michigan also had the same amount, but it was Michigan to come out on top.
Yeah, I mean, those sets are crazy, when you get in them. They're fun, though, and it was nice. I think I went into that break thinking, okay, we're fighting, and if we can keep up that fight, we could really push this match and extend it to 4 or 5 sets. So the disappointing part for me is that we didn't come out with that same fire that we had in that second set, which was a really exciting set for the fans to watch and for us to be in, and I thought we did a lot of good things in that set, but we just weren't able to consistently maintain that kind of fight.
Being that this is in the middle of the Big Ten season, we took this time to catch up with Jade Henderson, a junior out of Cincinnati, and talk to her about where the Hoosiers stand right now and what they need to do the rest of the season.
Bigger personalities on this IU volleyball team this season. What do you try to bring to the squad emotionally off the floor?
I would have to say that I definitely bring a different type of energy. Personally, off the court, I'm a very outgoing and loud person, and I like to keep things more light and fun. And so I feel like if I keep that personality on the court, then I'll play my best, and it will help everyone else feel comfortable on the court.
And your weekly blog, Just Jade, is a good opportunity to see your unique personality off the floor as well.
Thank you.
Now the second time around the Big Ten, now we're about halfway done with the Big Ten season. How does a mindset change for this team now that you've seen all of these teams at least once this season?
I think after seeing all the teams, And like the teams that we played well against, I think we can take that and because the Big Ten obviously is a very hard conference, and I think that seeing the way we have played against certain teams, like when we played Nebraska, we played Penn State, we played them very well. I think that shows that we can take any of these teams in the Big Ten as long as we play our 100%. So I think we really need to continue focusing on doing what works for us, which is energy, which is a defensive mentality, which is just getting after and outworking every team. So.
Now with 2 Big Ten wins on this season, have 8 more matches on the season, what does the team have to do to get some immediate results for the last 8 matches?
We're going to have to come into practice and we have to go all out. I mean, what do we have to lose, I think we have to just go all out. We need to all be on board. We keep talking about being bought in. I think we need to figure it out what we need to be, like what we're questioning if we aren't bought in, and we need to be 100% bought in. And we're just going to have to outfight them, which I said last question, but really got to emphasize that.
Well, thank you, Jade.
All right, thank you.
In that interview with Jade, she talked about what she brings to the team. What do you see out of Jade coming off this team?
Yeah, I think Jade's been a little bit of a roller coaster play-wise, and I think she knows that too. Her and I have had a lot of conversations, and the thing I do like about Jade is number one, her personality. I think she's just a great human being and somebody I really enjoy being around and adds a lot to our program. But I think she's really a great athlete, and when she's playing at her best, she can really help us a great deal. I think she controls that a lot, of making differences in practice. And, the size she is, she has to really go big all the time. She's 5'9", outside hitter, and so she really has to bring it with her defense, with her approach, with her swings, all those type of things every single match and every single day in practice in order to play at this type of level. But I truly believe in her, and I know that she has the talent to play at this level, and I know she wants to prove to everybody that she can do that. So I look forward to keep watching her because, there are certain days that she comes and you can really see the progress. And, it's hard because, we're with her every day. But if you look back, from her freshman year to now, she's made some huge strides in her play, and she's a much better player than she ever was.
She also mentioned in the interview some different goals that the team can set from now until the rest of the season. Coming from you, the head coach, how do you reevaluate the goals?
Yeah, and I think those have to be their goals, and we talked about that, last week as they created the goals. We sat down as a team, but in the end, they can't be my goals. We have our own set of goals as a staff where we want to be as a program, but I think for them to be able to buy in 100%, it has to be their goals. And a lot of those goals were just about fighting hard and a defensive mentality and our serving, the things that we know help us to be more and more successful. So, that's what I'm looking forward to is them, reevaluating those and making sure that they're not just words, that they're actually actions every day that they're putting into play.
There's only 8 matches left here in this season, the next 4 of which are away from University Gym. How big is this stretch this coming weekend? Northwestern and Illinois, and then heading even farther out west with Iowa and Nebraska the next weekend.
Yeah, it's a tough stretch. Anytime you have 4 matches on the road in the Big Ten, it's a tough stretch. But I like being on the road. I don't mind being on it because I think it really refocuses the team. When you're here, you have a lot of things going on, a lot of distractions. When you're on the road, the only focus is, getting some schoolwork done and playing volleyball and being with the team. And I think right now, at this point in the season with 8 matches left, I don't think there's a better time to really just be with the team and make sure that our priority is continuing to fight and get better. And so I'm looking forward to the time that we can spend together and find some wins here down the stretch. There's still a lot of matches left to play. You think it's only 8, but 8 matches is a lot of matches in the Big Ten.
This weekend, Northwestern Friday, Illinois on Saturday, both can be listened to on IUHoosiers.com at 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. Northwestern and Illinois, both 4-set defeats earlier this season at University Gym, but some points didn't go the Hoosiers' way. They were both very competitive matches.
Yeah, I mean, Northwestern has a great player in Stephanie Holtis on the outside who's doing a great job in the Big Ten, and so we're going to have to contain her a little bit. And Illinois just runs a really simple offense, but big outside hitters and a big right side hitter, and they do a great job. And hard environment to play in at Illinois. Great student section, one of the best student sections in the country. So you have to be ready to step into that gym and compete at a very high level. But we've shown we can do that at Penn State, and and then, at Wisconsin in front of a large crowd. So, I'm looking forward to going on the road and seeing if we can really bounce back. I think the response is the biggest thing we're looking for right now.
Well, thank you, Coach, very much
Thank
for
you.
joining me on this week of Inside IU Volleyball. I'm Greg Murray, and this is Coach Dunbar.